the link last night, but I was like too tired.
Yeah, dude, I was really tired last night too. Like I really wanted to do it, but then I was like, fuck, I am so tired. What is up, guys? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 1, episode 20. So, usually for the LEC, when they have their super week and they usually take a week off before playoff starts, that's when I usually put out the LEC recap the following week because there's no reason to really have it out the week of because there's a week break. So yeah, I expect to get your LEC 2021 summer split week 9 recap coming up just about tomorrow actually. I think tomorrow. No, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, well we'll just do it Wednesday. We'll just do it early Wednesday morning and just have it done because I got a chance to watch a good amount of the games. I haven't got a chance to finish all of them because I was really busy last week. So like some of the EU games, I just wasn't able to actually get a chance to watch. But at least for the NA games, I managed to watch all of them because I was actually off when the games happened. I got sent home a little bit earlier. Got a chance to watch, the playoff series between Evil Geniuses versus Dignitas, Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. And, like, I want to pretty much say that Cloud9 is done, because they just played so bad. Even in the game that they won against Team Liquid, they actually played really, really bad, So I don't know. It's so disheartening to watch the team always do so well in spring. You come in with a good amount of hype for them in summer, as you should. Like, you can't really use the excuse of like burnt, like MSI fucking hangover and shit. It's been too long since then. We haven't, like, it's been almost 2 months since MSI 2021. So I'm just not really too sure what's going on. Like I told my friend last night, because most people who watch League of Legends in my town know I'm a huge Cloud9 fan, and I also love G2 as well. So like people will kind of ask me when the team loses, like, "Hey man, like what's your thoughts on this?" And I'm just very honest with my opinion. I know some people call us negative when I put these shows on like Reddit and shit like that. They're like, "These guys are so negative." It's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not a dick sucker. I'm just, what do you want me to say? You want me to pretend everything's okay when the house is literally on fire? Like, come on.
Yes.
What are we gonna do here? You know, like, did we not see the abysmal play out of fucking like Blabber and Perks this past weekend? Where like they know they're trying to obviously put down Perks because of what Team Liquid is doing. They're literally trying to put down Perks. So in a lot of the games that Cloud9 lost, there's just not enough vision placed in certain places on the map. So Perks is always constantly getting ganked, and then you have like dives bot lane going really well. Like every time they dive bot lane, it always goes pretty well. Sven and Vulcan haven't been like, as dominant as they were, like last split or even splits ago, right? And then you also have Fudge, who has been obviously, a pretty standout member for Cloud9 actually. But before we even get to any of that and talking about the playoff series, I have, or do you have your all pro team stuff figured out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah. So we are going to present to you guys our LCS 2021 summer split, all pro teams, MIP and MVP. And people are going to ask, what is MIP? So since I realized that Coach of the Split Award or Coaching Staff of the Split Award is fucking stupid because there's no way you're going to know what a coaching staff does, I just thought to myself, I was in my friend's truck I think like last year or the year before, and I was like, we should do a different award called MIP. He was like, what is that? Most improved player. Because there's usually players that come in to the league, any league actually, and they just improve based off like kind of being bad, or the narrative of them is that they're just kind of bad now. So I was like, let's just switch it up. Worlds has a different set of rules that I usually go by, but it's more or less so the same thing. There's just a few different awards when you're throwing it out there for Worlds. So I did it last year. A lot of people really, really like that. So obviously I'm going to continue the tradition this year. I know I pinned all the messages in the Discord as well. So it's going to be easier for me to go back and like remember all that stuff too. Okay. So like I just don't know. Right now with Cloud9, we're going to analyze the games. The drafts were abysmal. Like, come on. Like, there was no adaptability in any of the games. Evil Geniuses series versus Dignitas was like the team with the better players just won, because I'm pretty sure anybody's gonna know that, right? Like, did you automatically realize to yourself past game one there was no chance that they were gonna win that best of five? You know?
Me?
Yeah, because like
Uh,
let's be honest here, did no one thought they were gonna actually win. Ichi
I,
have the better players, and they showed during the series why they won. Is
well, I said they'd get one win, which they got the one win, right?
You're right.
So
They should have, dude. They should have just been 3-0. Dignitas were so bad, dude. That was abysmal. That should have been
yeah.
a 3-0 series. But you were right. You called it. You got it. It was 3-1.
Um. Well, you see the difference between a team spent with money and a team that's budgeted, and it's not
Mhm.
that these players. We're not trying to insult the players. We're just saying like that's the type of talent you're getting talent for what you're paying for.
Yeah, you get what you paid for. It's like if, because like back then, I used to experiment with a lot of like more budget mics actually. But I realized to myself, and a lot of budget equipment when I first started, building up my PC and stuff like that to put out better content, right? And I thought to my friend told me, why don't you just buy the more expensive thing? It's like it's gonna last longer, it's better quality, and you're gonna not have to always rebuy it like every 6 months. Because I would always have to buy newer headsets, newer mics every like 6 months. It's like, if you just buy a really good quality thing, you don't have to go and do them. And I was like, you're right. I'm like, you're right. I'll just do that. So it's just trial and error when you're trying to like make YouTube content and shit. It's just like, oh my goodness. Like, we also got to talk about like the league being like really really negative when it comes to a lot of these things too. Because like Kelsey Moser, you know her, right? Or the person that
Oh
was with the 100 Thieves.
yeah,
So she put out a thing on her Twitter account where she was like, everyone on the league subreddit is just super negative. Like, there's nothing positive, and to a certain extent, like she is right. To for basically to all be negative, like there's just a bunch of hate watchers for LCS now, NALCS, right? And I always say to people, if you don't like it and you think the gameplay is bad, just don't watch. I've been watching for years, so I'm not gonna stop watching. But if you truly think these players are bad, they're not gonna do shit, in the league, or you think LCS is just dog shit, then don't watch. If watching causes you, to actually be mad and angry at the players or the teams or whatever, the broadcast production, then you could simply just not watch. It's that simple, It's literally that simple. You just don't watch. But people love watching NA because they like to shit talk it. So that's the reason why they like to obviously watch. And I told people this, just don't watch then. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. The reason why I'm kind of critical of these players when it comes to like my team in particular is because I know they can do better. Everyone knows the Cloud9 players on that roster are much better than what they're showing. Everybody knows that though. Like, is Vulcan not an MVP level player? Is Ven at his peak not an MVP level player? Is Perks at his peak not MVP level? Blabber at his peak kind of got lucky when he got those MVPs, but I guess if you want to say he's a good LCS jungler, you can. Fudge is a good serviceable top laner, great at what he's doing right now. Is getting a whole lot better. So I don't know, man. What do you think about people that like just hate watch League and like shit talk NA when they could just not watch? But that's just me personally. That's what I tell people
well,
nowadays. It's just like, if you don't like it, just get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here? Why are you wasting your time making yourself angry when you could just not be here?
it's funny. It's the same. It's it's the same people that like say, "Oh, America's bad" and blah blah blah. And I'm not trying to get political. So I'm like, them. Why did you move here? Like you know what I mean? Like it's like the same thing if you think about it, like people just want something to complain about, and then when you give them a solution, they're like, so you know what I mean? Like what? Why? So then why bitch? If you don't like it, okay, cool. There's LPL, there's LCK, there's LEC. You don't have to
There's
watch
even
this. No,
minor leagues. There's even
there's even
minor leagues
there's
get
either
broadcast.
there's the lower leagues. Just nobody's forcing you to watch this. So is there is there a terrorist in your house that's forcing you? Is your parents being kidnapped? Like, and you're forced to say this stuff? Like, that's all I could think of because, like, there's pros that say, "Hey, I don't even watch LCS," and they're just like, "I just don't watch it. I watch LPL or like so," and they don't take the NA players don't take disrespect. But why are you gonna keep hating for no reason? It's like That's like saying Faker's bad. Faker's on decline. Okay, next, like
Yeah, like what else
okay,
is new?
what else is new? Like, but he's
Faker
still
has been
thought
good for like
he's still,
fucking I don't know how long, you know.
but he's still considered one of the best that ever played.
You know
So
what's weird about Faker is he's always considered a top four LCK mid, even when he's at his worst.
we're
That's still
right.
pretty good, right?
That's still pretty good. So it's like it's to me this is a short topic. I mean, this is just like you said. There's nothing to talk. If there's nothing to talk about, like someone told me a long time, if you have nothing good to say, just shut up. That's that's
Yeah,
basically it.
like if you're not gonna provide a solution, then just what the fuck are you even doing? You know what I mean? Oh, some new guys in the chat. What's up, man? Shihab Shikek. What's up, man? Sven and Vulcan right now is like when you get back with your ex. It's great at times, but this doesn't feel right. That's true. So what's up, Sabasa? So Sabah, how you doing, man? EG could have 3-0, but they trolled hard. Yeah, that series was such a 3-0, but it was 3-1. Like Dig won a game, but that shit was fucking so troll. Oh my god. A team that has Jizuke will troll a little bit. That is also true. Sabah says co-streams are a big reason why it's even worse this year, in my opinion. Yeah, a lot of people brought that up too. A lot of people did bring that up a lot.
Well,
Don't think LCS is high
it's
quality, but
the
the amount of
content is just bad though. Like it's not fun to watch.
don't think LCS is high quality, but the amount of bitching Dom and LS do is just too much, and their fans take their views slash opinions and parrot it. Like I would no disrespect to them. Like I actually did meet I Will Dominate one time back in like 2015. Like he didn't come off that way, but I mean it takes consecration, you know, it's entertainment. But the one of the things is who would you likely take opinions from? Doublelift, who's won multiple LCS titles, or would you take opinions from LS, who's never won anything? You know,
Yeah, not even as a coach in Challenger League when he had Challenger coaching when he
and
got
no
a
and dude, no disrespect. I'm just saying though, like how would I factor this in? You know how I do like Yu-Gi-Oh content, right? For the market watches and shit like that. Why would I want someone to take my opinion respectfully and thoughtfully if I go on my market watches and say, you know, just some horse shit? You know what I mean, I'm not saying they're saying horse shit. I'm just giving you guys an example. It's like when you're giving a critique to something, if you really don't have a leg in that race, I just don't understand why people speak on those things. It's like not in terms of gameplay, you know, that's never why I criticize people like that. It's not gameplay that they're talking about that's wrong, because most of like LS and Dom's viewpoints are fine when it comes to those things. It's not gameplay nor double lips, right? It's when they talk about like in-game decision making, like, oh, why did this guy do this? Why did this guy do that? That's such a feelings argument though that has no weight, because we'll never actually know what that person felt in that moment to do that decision in the game, because we don't actually hear the voice comms. And if you hear them even on like the YouTube channels for the teams, it's always edited anyway. You know, they're not showing you full contextual voice comms anyway. What do you think?
I mean, I value pro players that play the game like Wicked, Soaz, amazing. You know, these people have been to the highest level, and like Dominate is a good one because he grinds a ladder. He can get to Challenger. Ellis has never gotten Challenger. I think the highest he peaked was Masters. Not to say he's not a good coach, because Yamato Cannon, for instance, for Fnatic is I think high diamond, but he's a coach. I just think sometimes these people, well, one, they're advertising themselves so that they can get sponsors and get people to come to their streams and whatnot. So they build a narrative. So fair on them. That's you got to make your money, but of course there's better people, better like Cadril. Cadril is like I think 800 challenger or something like that in EUS. So if he tells me something about the game, he's playing solo queue and he knows what champions he's gonna run into. So I'm gonna take his analysis more than say LS. Now, again, when you have popularity on your side, of course the mobs are gonna be like, "Oh, LS is saying the Bible and I will dominate. This knows everything." No, come on, man. They don't know everything. Like, be for real. Like, they just don't. There's only so much information they're privy to.
You got like people have to give them the same respect you guys give your average other content creators around. It is just their opinion, But and they're like, I remember like they never have one stated my opinion is like absolute this, you have to believe this shit. They're just speaking their opinions and they're just very confident in that, and do a lot of like guys don't understand this, so it confuses me all the time. It's like confidence is key. You could like be super confident and people would think like you know everything and you're a cocky douchebag, but it's no, like I'm just confident. If you are not secure in your personality or what you like, then yeah, that's probably going to come off like cocky, but they're just really confident in what they're talking about, and I think a lot of people believe them just based off that alone.
Right, for sure. I
Like
mean,
I don't
that's a
know.
fact.
It's just like a lot of like insecure people will take like their personalities and go, man, they're cocky. No, when in reality, they're just being themselves. They're just being super confident in what they're talking about. Like
Yeah, I'm not.
you can make anybody believe anything if you're super confident in what you're talking about, or if you sound like you're super confident. Because like,
Yeah,
let's say you go to a doctor, right, and you're like, hey man, should I get this fucking surgery? And what if they're like, I mean, I don't know, dude. Do you want to do it? It's like, what the fuck?
uh, yeah. Like I think, like I said, I don't think Ellis is not knowledgeable. I don't think Dom's not knowledgeable. You got to take things with a grain of salt, and you got to pick apart the BS from what you believe is real. So like all I have to say on that matter is it's people have their preference, and you just got to pick apart the good information from the bad, and I wouldn't say drama, but the entertainment from the facts. That's all.
To be honest, LS doesn't even do analysis anymore. If you tune in, 90% of the time you will only hear these phrases. What is X team doing? It's GG, it's over. Why is X player not freezing? The most common one I just absolutely despise is like, oh, this game's over at draft. It's like, no, it's not. That is such a straw man. You have to actually play out the game first, If that one team with that one bad draft pick doesn't play to their win conditions, that doesn't mean the draft was bad. That team just fucking sucks and just can't play out their draft. That's super simple, right?
Right.
It's just one of those things, right? I just don't believe a draft is over and decided off one pick. That is
Well,
ridiculous to
I
think about. There's
mean,
four
when we go over Cloud 9's
in
drive,
the in the in, in the
yeah.
cloud and in the Cloud 9's point of view, because they're drafting like fucking mooses right now from Canada. Hey, you know.
Hey, my team's got a second chance, and so I'm good.
Like I'm just chilling. I can't wait for TSM to face Cloud9 in the losers bracket and get
No, I
knocked
can't
out.
wait till TL fights TSM, because I know TSM wants revenge from last year.
TL's winning, right?
Okay.
Hey man, they got that Riff Rust. They're not playing on the
Wait. Who
stage.
lost? Who lost 3-1?
Who got hey man, Cloud9 won. They're gonna face TSM in the next round, actually. What are you talking about?
Well, they won the losers bracket against G. If they lose, okay, like, well, we'll talk about this later. I don't need to destroy you now. It's okay.
Oh my god. If you guys watch X Vitality Coach Duke's analysis video on G2 Mad Game and LS's, it's unironically day and night. Like they just have a fan base that's just like it's not like they don't know what they're talking about. It's nothing like that. It's just like I think people take what they're presenting in such a wrong way that it makes them look bad. I don't know. It's hard to explain when it comes to like content creators and stuff like that. Like people take what a content creator throws you and tries to portray that as themselves. Like they now, since I just told you that, now you think you know that. It's so fucking weird. I don't know if you've ever been through that, dude, or some shit like that at work, maybe.
Uh, where like where like they don't take your opinion at work.
No, like someone takes your opinion so seriously that they take it as
Oh,
fact without
oh
actually like
yeah,
thinking about it
yeah,
themselves.
yeah. Like sometimes they just take it too seriously. It's like again, it's what I'm saying is like you gotta take apart the BS or because of course LS cracking jokes and saying the game's over, and then like there's times where he's like, oh wow, like this draft actually worked out, even though it shouldn't. Like he got proven wrong, and he admits it. So it's like it's a give and take. I mean, I personally believe that it's this is all a matter of opinions. These what you know. I'm not saying that Ellis doesn't know the game. He has coached several pro players, and they said they've improved from him. And Dominate has um, been, in this was a prior pro play. He's gone and has gotten challengers. So again, it's all about. This is like a weird topic because it's really about fan bases and
More or
we
less so the fan base that misrepresents them than anything, you
right.
know? It's kind of like how we talk about like the DC fans that are like claim they're DC fans, but they're really like Zack Snyder fans in secret disguise. But they make it seem like other DC fans are like that. I'm like, no, dude, you're like that. I not like that. I just like the material. Like you know how like for the MCU, there's like they claim they're Marvel fans. You ask them like, well, who's Sentry? Who the fuck is that? And you're like, what? Okay,
Well,
well,
who's
you're definitely not.
Aries?
Dude, I asked someone who's an MC fan, who's Sentry, and they were like, "Who the fuck is that?" I'm like, "Okay, I know you're not a Marvel fan. You know,
Yeah, you're
I know who
not a
Sentry
Marvel.
is." You ask them like, "Who's a Beyonder?" They're like, "Who?"
Who? Who's the Watcher? Oh, he's the guy that's narrating What If. But where did he first appear? What If? Yeah, no, no, idiot. It's not What If. It's Fantastic Four. But okay.
Yeah, I'm like, do you know who Ghost Rider is? Who the fuck is Ghost Rider? I'm like, all right, you're a crackhead. Like, okay, you finished. You know who Ghost Rider is? Like, what's Ghost Rider's name? They're like, Nicolas Cage. Okay, dude. Okay, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Brain actually blown apart. But I don't know, man. Oh, like the LCS put out their all pro teams and coaching staff of the
it was pretty
split.
good. I like their All Pro team.
It was better than some years. I will give them that. And like the more I thought about like my third team picks, it made sense. So when I went back and watched some of the games, maybe I was a little too harsh on some things. So I had to make adjustments on my third team, not based off them. It was just last night when I was talking to my friend. What did you think about the LCS All Pro team that they picked before we go over ours?
I thought it was diverse for once, and two, they represented each player what they bring to each of their teams.
Yeah, because like usually when it comes to these kind of things, like it's always so one sided. It's like, oh, the team that's in first place has the best player. Like,
Yeah,
isn't that nuts? You know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean, and I thought when they had picked their All Pro team that they like looked at the whole both splits in its entirety and everything, and like they didn't just go off of recency bias because I was like wondering if they might have like slipped in some players just out of nowhere, but I'm glad that they used both splits and I was satisfied. I wasn't really I didn't I was okay with it. Personally, I didn't have no qualms. I think every person that made it deserved it. So
Oh, like how do you feel about the all pro teams anyway? Like it's just in general.
oh, like you mean the one that they have with? Yeah, I thought it was fine. I had no issues
Okay,
with it.
okay. Like
I thought it was
sometimes
good.
with the all like sometimes with the all pro teams, like you truly feel like some people just haven't watched the games. Like last split, everyone and their mom would tell you that Power of Evil should have been first team all pro mid laner, right? But just because Riot let outside forces vote into that, that took away from Power of Evil winning. Perks himself said fucking Power of Evil should have gotten first. You know what I mean?
Right.
I despise that. Why is someone allowed to vote into a league where they don't even know what the fuck is going on? That is so disrespectful. And then they just fucking vote bullshit. Like what the fuck? Like I
Yeah.
like Perks, man, but like, dude, there was a guy who put Perks in his all pro teams. Are you serious? I was like, dude, you have to be biased if you put Perks in your all pro teams. For this split, if you put Perks on any of your all pro teams, you are trolling, and I fucking do not take your league opinion seriously at all. There's no way he better be there on some of you guys' list. He played so bad. I'm just saying he could probably improve. He could probably get better, this split alone, he shouldn't be on any of your all pro lists if we're considering regular season. You know, he
Right.
himself probably would tell you that. You know, of
You probably
course, my
you
list don't
think
reflect that.
he's probably all fourth team.
You fucking serious? All right, I gotta pick out one more player for one team because I have to set up one thing. Okay, so who's on your LCS 2021 Summer Split All Pro third team?
uh, So all pro third team. Okay, so I have some weird picks. It's gonna sound weird. I have in the top lane. I have Impact. Oh, sorry, someone just messaged me. Uh, I have Impact. I think he's just a solid fit, and he goes into what they need for EG. Um, sorry about that. Again, someone's messaged me. Then I have uh, this was really hard. This was really hard for mid lane. Because I felt like there was a lot of good people. I put Abadage.
I
Um,
feel like mid lane is easy actually for me.
uh, I mean, because there's really like three, honestly. I was gonna put Perks, but man, like I don't know. I put Abadage because he's really changed their team around and has been a good addition. Um, then for jungler, uh, as much as I didn't want to. I had put I put your boy Blabber because like they either
What are
live
you
by
trolling me? Warren's trolling, guys.
because like they either live by this guy or they die by this
No,
guy.
no, I mean it's your list. I don't have any. I'm just being honest, guys. I have no Cloud9 players in here except for the obvious guy I mentioned earlier. I'm pretty sure it's
um,
obvious
and
who
then
that player
I
is.
had Core JJ as my support. I think he had an okay split. I don't think he had a great one. And then in regards to ADC, Danny was an easy pick for me for my ADC. The junglers were really hard because NA doesn't have that many good. I mean, yeah, it was just hard for junglers, like cause between Armao and Santorin, Dardoch leaving, there's only like really three junglers, and even then, it's like. Wait, let me rethink that because we're thinking about their value. Okay, actually, I would put Xerxes. Xerxes is very important. Now that I really think about it, Xerxes is very important to their team. So that was my All Pro third team.
All right, so you have who was it again?
Impact,
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 Xerxes.
Xerxes, Abadage, Core
Mhm.
JJ, and Danny.
Okay, my All Pro LCS in my ass. No, just kidding. So my LCS 2021 Summer Split All Pro third team is Huni, Xerxes, Jizuke.
What?
Yeah, Tactical and Huhi. So Huni, that should go without saying, right? He was literally one of the top three top laners in split, right? Is that debatable? He's pretty good, right? He
Yeah,
played
yeah,
amazing. Xerxes, I had him here. He played honestly great. Like they would not be in playoffs without Xerxes. Like that team has
right.
played like dog shit. And Xerxes actually improved quite a bit. You also have Jizuke, and like I know people are gonna be like, "Why did you put Jizuke third?" Because honestly, the other two just played so much better to me. Like him being third is like not a rag on him. He played pretty consistent. Like after his inting games, like he played great for like the past like 7 weeks straight. But I feel like these other guys were just good from beginning to end. Tactical was better when I watched a few of their games actually from the regular split, but he still wasn't anywhere near like the other two I'm gonna have, obviously. And who he to me played a bit better than Core JJ did. Because like I wanted to put him here, dude, but it was like he just played so ass for like 5 weeks straight. Just complete dog shit, you know? Like it was I like you live and die by this guy, but they were doing more dying than living. I was like, I'm good, man. Like who he to me just played a bit better. But if you want to put Core JJ in your third team, I think it's fair. Like I know the LCS had him as All Pro first, so probably like, okay, you people are trolling here. What? You know that's because of name brand. No one can tell me that fucking Ignar, Sword Art, who he did not play better than Core JJ throughout the split. Come on. First, you trolling there. But yeah, Jizuke, like overall, he's probably gonna be like the most controversial one, I guess. I think the other two just played better. You know, when I say my other two, you guys will understand why he's third. Like the third team, it wasn't even that hard though, because like Huni's a given, he was top three, right?
Right.
Xerxes was the best jungler on Immortals. And to be fair, like, look at all the other junglers in the LCS. I'm not saying he was better because they're all worse. It's like, no, in his gameplay, he actually played really well. If you really look at his map movements, how he actually impacted the team, I think he played great. Jizuke was one of the driving forces of his team. I think Tactical looks really good in team fights as compared to his laning phase. If you look at a lot of the games in the regular season, and who he was one of the biggest contributors as to the reason why 100 Thieves was doing well themselves. So who's your LCS 2020 Summer Split All Pro second team?
I can't believe you. That was easy. So I put for jungler I put closer. Uh, really good jungler. Can play carry, can play tank, can basically fill any role for the team. Top lane. This one was hard, but this one wasn't hard. I had my boy Hooney. you know, because Hooney played pretty good.
That Holo is taking over.
Uh, um, then I had Jensen. Uh,
I
and then
considered him too. Yeah,
I
he
had
was a big consideration actually.
yeah I have Jensen. Again, junglers become really. Oh, not junglers. So we have support. Sorry. So support. I will. I'm trying. I thought about who had more value to their team than when I was doing this. I wasn't thinking about just the standings. And I know you're gonna be like, I'm crazy with this pick, but I think Aframu really is a key in Dignitas
I
staying
wanted to
decent.
pick him too, at least for my third team. It was just hard to choose between the two. Actually,
Um,
he goes
I,
really underrated though. Actually,
right. I couldn't use Vulcan. I didn't want to do Vulcan because I just didn't think he performed well either split, personally. And the synergy between him and King wasn't good, and him and Zen is kind of shaky. And AD carry. I had uh, I had Sven. No, yeah, I had Sven. He was consistent. He wasn't terrible. He didn't and like half of the games it wasn't his fault. So that's why I have him because he was just consistent. And when you're consistent,
what the fuck is this?
what?
Keep going, please. This is why some of this shit is considered a joke. Blabber, really? LCS, really? People, come on, come
Yeah.
on.
Um.
Keep going. Yeah,
So
your list is way better. Get this abomination off my fucking screen.
uh. And then for support, I'm sorry. I had Sven. Yeah. That was it. That was my second team. Sorry.
So my LCS 2021 Summer Split All Pro second team top lane Fudge, jungle closer, mid lane POE, ADC Danny, and support Sword Art. Not bad.
Not bad. I can see you have some TSM hate in your blood, but not bad.
TSM, hey, what the fuck? You're crazy. You're nuts. No, like if you look at how Cloud9 split went, you know,
Hmm.
Fudge performed so well. I think they might have gotten lower seeded if this guy didn't perform really good, you know? So I'm factoring in he was a bit more impactful than Hooney for his team to get his team where they needed to be. I'm not saying like he was so much better. It was like a fucking drastic thing, right? I'm pretty sure they're right. Would you say they're about even, right? About how they performed during the split?
Yeah, between
Yeah.
Hooney
So
and Fudge.
yeah, but
No
it's just more like
way, no
no,
way.
you don't think so?
Hooney had such good pop off games,
Well,
especially
in terms of like how like where their team landed at, you know, because if you don't have Fudge playing the way he does, then the team just I don't know where they landed. Dude, they probably landed like seventh, maybe.
yeah.
If
But
I
look at the amount of champions he played for Hooney. Like he played split push, he played tank, he played like he
did you play
played
with me?
Jace.
Did you play
Oh, he
split push
could
in my ass?
maybe if you have a big enough black hole.
Oh
Uh,
my god, black hole is NALCS closer. I mean, it should go without saying that the other better jungler I have in my first pro team is probably without saying at this point. I think closer didn't look as good as the other guy. You guys are gonna probably guess who it is. He played good, but if you look at just how the team was functioning, he wasn't the core reason why his team won. You know what I mean? But he
Yeah, I know what
played
you mean.
great. Like Closer played great. Like I think it goes off saying Closer played absolutely amazing. PoE, he's been like the best mid laner in the fucking LCS for like the whole year. This guy's just been insane. Outside of those few int games he has, and I don't really count like a few int games for some of these players, right? Because everyone has those. I don't take like, oh, this guy inted in week 4. That's why he doesn't make my team. No, you get credit where credit is due. PoE's been absolutely amazing. Danny's been one of the best ADCs ever since he came to EG. I think Sword Art is basically like Hylissang. A lot of people really don't understand how good this guy is. Hylissang gets the exact same treatment, yet he's considered like one of the best supports, obviously, in the world, right?
Right.
Sword Art does
Yeah.
the exact same thing. They're literally two sides of the same
And
thing.
look,
It's different. It's their names are different.
and
Their names are just different.
he came from a different region and performed well.
David says, "Do you
Oh
guys like
hell
him,
no,
coach?"
David.
Oh hell no.
No, we put him
He didn't make
third.
my list.
I put him third
I'm making my list about how bad this guy was playing. Like
because I still
I
think
just
he's.
think
But I don't have who he. I just don't respect that guy. I'm sorry.
But if you look at just actual gameplay, who he performed better, than Corey JJ did. That's just me personally.
Next.
Oh, but yeah, like if you look at how Danny's performed, that guy just started popping off. And PoE, like a lot of people don't really give this guy any credit or credit is due. It's like if this was anybody else, like Jensen and Perks, they'd be like waiting to suck them off. So someone's gonna ask, why did I have Jensen in my all pro teams? He was considered. He was. But I feel like these other 3 mid laners just performed better. Because it took Jensen a bit of time to come on. If you like watch the regular season games, it took a bit of time for Jensen to come on, which really kind of deterred him from being on the list. So, all right, who is your LCS 2021 Summer Split All Pro first team?
My boy in the top lane, Alfari. Since he's been back,
Not bad.
I think I can't blame him from the lock in. He
so you're
performed.
You're not counting the games he was benched. You're just counting the games he just solely played. Right?
Solely played because I don't blame him. That was an internal issue. He's been consistent in lane. He's performed since he's been transferred over here. He won the lock-in tournament. He got to the finals with a sub jungler, and so I have Alfari. This was really hard between. You're gonna be like I'm being biased, but I had two TSM members, and you know who they're gonna be.
Bias? I'm pretty sure our jungler's the same. Is our jungler Spica?
Yeah, the jungler Spica.
Okay, so we have that correct. That's okay.
Okay, this team is a bit TSM heavy, but I'm just gonna.
You're gonna have. I swear to fucking God, if you have lost and use your fucking ADC, I'll throw you out this fucking window.
No. Oh no. Well, 80 carry, I definitely had.
With FBI, don't we?
The FBI for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be on everyone's pro team.
Hands down, FBI, and then I have Sword Art, and then I also had.
Okay, at least I'm not crazy in thinking Sword Art's good. At least I don't think I'm stupid. Okay.
I had Sword Art. Now, mid lane, like I said, mid lane. I was like, do I be diverse or do I have bias here? Because I want to say, no, I'm gonna be biased. PoE. It's PoE. It's PoE.
Well, is it really biased if he actually did play really well during the?
I mean, he played. That's why I hate doing these teams because it's like I wish I could put more, but like I have FBI, I have Alfari, I have Spica, and I have PoE, and I have Sword Art. So it's like that's 3 members from one team, and like I like Jizuke, but like the first spring split, he was dog shit. Like maybe because he had
it's about this split. Remember, he proved it live. He played really consistently.
I put all in totality, everything in totality. And I was like, maybe because he had that garbage ADC, but it's like,
why are you so mean, Warren?
So
who touched you?
Because like, am I gonna put him over PoE? Hell no, no way, no way. There's no.
But Jensen also didn't really have a good spring either.
Yeah, but you think they make playoffs without Jensen?
By how Alfari's playing, yes.
No, but
My
remember
car.
Alfari was benched for a bit too.
Oh, I thought you said in spring. Do they make playoffs without Jensen? No, no, not even close.
Okay,
Or they're well,
okay,
they'll make playoffs, but they'll be maybe like 8th seed.
right, right. Like that's why I did everything in totality. I didn't just
Mhm.
want to. So
Well,
that's
no,
my
like
team.
when it comes to summer split war, and you factor in just the summer, Mr. TSM fan. But no, guys, I'm just
Oh,
fucking with
okay,
this guy.
okay. Well, then if we're gonna factor that,
That's what it says. No, but I mean, you have to kind of
mm,
factor in. If you wanted to factor in something in spring, it's like, did you kind of factor in like their transition to becoming a better player?
then it's a debate between Ignar and Sword Art. Then
It's not too bad because like when you're talking about like TSM, most of their players are firing on all cylinders. Like most of the TSM players should be in like people's all pro teams for this split, right? Except Loss, because
except
like
loss.
he gets kind of a lot of the flack. I'm not saying Loss is bad, guys. He's just he's just consistent, like sneaky. That's not bad, right? There's nothing
No,
wrong with
not
that.
bad. Sneaky had a good career, I think. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, he got out of
and
groups more than Bergson, and I'm a TSM fan. That's not hate.
oh my
That's
god,
facts. That's not hate.
the
He
guy
got
who
the
dresses
quarters
up as a
twice.
girl, the guy who dresses up as a girl.
Yeah, he got the quarters twice, I believe, right? And he got
No,
the
it was in
semifinal
2014, 15, 2014, 16, 17, 18. Made semifinals in
finals.
2018.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing he didn't make was what MS. He didn't go to MSI, I believe.
Mm. David says, "Why do you think a majority of people have TSM as underdogs, as if they
Oh,
don't stand a chance against
oh,
TL?"
I can answer that
It's
because if
recency bias too. You got to factor
uh
that in.
because if you look at their roster, you don't see them as a top. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I were to ask you, David, hypothetically, did you see TSM ending the split uh number one? You probably say no, probably third, fourth, battling for
Mm-hmm.
third or fourth. And if when you look at their roster, Hooney, what is he notorious for? Basically stealing paychecks. Up until he went to EG and he helped EG get to playoffs, right? Last split he kind of redeemed himself there, but it was like he was stealing paychecks from like Echo. Well, Echo Fox had that one good split, and then it was Clutch Gaming. He got to Worlds, but like for the most, but the dig thing is what I think made him look bad, right? Because outside of that, he had pretty decent careers if you think about it. Uh, Decent splits and seasons, and then so you got Hooney. That's kind of there was a question mark. You got Loss coming in replacing Double Lift. Like the legend that they're known. You got Poe coming in for replacing Bjergsen, another person that was a legend in LCS. Then you have Sword Art, who's from another region with a different play style when we don't know how that's going to transition because we've seen other things. And then we have Speaker that, is basically the only person that was left from that original, that, that 2020 roster. So it was a lot of question marks to begin with. Um, and then the performance from Worlds with Speaker, I'm sure that played a factor in some people's minds going into the next split. Um, So that's why I think that I think TSM is gonna beat TL personally. TL personally, that's just my opinion, but we'll break
It's
that
hard to
down.
say. It's hard to say because like Cloud9 played bad. And by bad, I mean, I'm not even stretching that word. They played pretty awful. Now, it's not TL's fault that Cloud9 plays bad and they pretty much just beat the shit out of them. But how much do you measure that, though? Were Cloud9 putting up that much of a fight to the point where TL actually became a much better team from that? Or was just TL the much better team that day because they just were the better team? They drafted better, they played around the map better, and they just destroyed Cloud9. Now, if you look at it from TSM's point of view, people are going to be like, well, if TL just got a chance to work out all their problems against Cloud9, then they could easily beat TSM. But then I have to ask you this: what problems did TL learn and get better from that Cloud9 series? Nothing, because there's nothing they could have learned from that. All they learned was that Cloud9 are not adaptable in draft and they played pretty abysmal. But TSM's issue is not like gameplay, because it's one thing with TSM that I have to bring up is like having the bye means they haven't played on stage in about 2 weeks, give or take a week or so, right? So it's gonna be maybe a game to get them adjusted back, whereas TL has already had a game like a best of five previously to warm up, right? So that's kind of the problem here. Is like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this concept of ring rust, which is basically if you don't actually play on the stage, or because the concept was used like this. Are you into like UFC fighting and shit like that, boxing and shit like that, wrestling?
Uh, Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry. Are you familiar with like UFC fighting, right?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I am.
Okay, so you know how like a fighter won't fight on the stage for like I don't know months, years, and they
Yeah,
come
yeah,
back they look like shit. That's
yeah.
the
They look
same.
like
It's the
dog.
same concept. Yeah. So like, is TSM gonna have issues not playing on stage
No,
since
no,
having the
no.
bye? You know,
I think they got some nice data from the games. I also believe that they want to make up for not making it to the finals last year.
last
Um,
split.
Last split, and I believe I was about to say TOE, toe.
Toe. Oh shit.
TOE. Uh,
Fuck is that toe?
it'd have been it'd have been trash of evil. But he really wants a championship, so I think when you really want something, you're gonna really go for it.
I don't think TSM are underdogs. TSM have some clear issues about how they play the game, but it depends. Like, is TL good enough to exploit that shit? It all depends on like every team in the world has clear issues you can point out, but is the competition they're gonna face gonna actually exploit that? You
Uh,
know,
I mean,
it
remember,
just depends.
Afari said that. Afari said that the best person he thought that could lane against him was Huni. So
Huni has played like really good. So like people are going and saying Alfar is gonna smash him. I don't know, man. Huni's not been a slouch lately. Like people act like he's been getting dumpstered the whole split or some shit. It's like he's played fine, you know. Saba says majority of people were impressed by TL in their best of five and think they will transition the same style to smash TSM. But C9 also did play pretty garbage, so it's hard to estimate how good TL really became. Yeah, that's the thing though. People think just because you play good in one best of five means you'll play in the next best of five really well. No, it's not how that works. That is not how that works. TSM has a completely different play style from Cloud9, a different way about how they look at the game, draft, how they take dragons, everything, you know?
right.
That's my point exactly. That C9 literally ran it down by literally they did. Isn't that Huni just doesn't play well on poor teams? That was that too. Like the teams he had were pretty garbage, but he himself played really bad on those poor teams too. So, you know, it just depends. So my LCS 2021 Summer Split All Pro first team is Impact, Spica, Abadage, FBI, and Ignar. Impact has been like, if you look at the games, has been one of the best top laners in the league. Spica has been arguably MVP candidate, right? MVP level. Probably should be in people's running for MVP, actually. Abadage is one of the core reasons why 100 Thieves actually became good, you know? Like, if we look at how 100 Thieves are playing just last split with having a bad mid laner, you could see the turnaround he brought into this team and Reaper as well. So it's a combination of both, but Abadage is on the Rift, so I have to kind of value that a bit more. FBI's been the best ADC the whole split. That should go without saying. And Ignar was one of the best supports throughout the split. That should go without saying, right? Because if you really look at how a player can change a team, because you know, look at how look at the Ryoma and Demonte 100 Thieves, and now look at the team with Abadage. You should see the clear-cut difference there. There's a big, drastic difference. Even if you take like this, 100 Thieves with Ryu, 100 Thieves with Ryoma, 100 Thieves with Saligo, 100 Thieves with Huhi when he was a mid laner. Who's been their best mid laner? It's been Abadage,
Ryu.
and you can clear. Oh shit! Fuck Lord, holy moly! You can clearly tell why they've been a whole lot better this split, which is because of this person. Now it's going to be hard to really kind of factor in who's going to be the MVP because, like, I have 3 people that I ran down for MVP, and I have the person that's going to win it for me personally. Remember, guys, this is all regular season. I love to believe that LCS that like doesn't kind of play by their own rules. Did you know how they say it's regular season award for MVP, you know they factor in playoffs. You know people do. Like, I don't do that because I don't like to cheat when it comes to these things, but, I can't, think about what other people do. So, who was your all-pro first team? It was Huni, right?
Yeah. No, for all. I told you it was all.
Alfari, Speaker, PoE.
POE, Sword Art, and FBI.
That's crazy.
Oh no,
Well,
I said that just to be different, as much as because
no. Fucking pick, you playing size motherfucker.
because then I would have to change my support picks back. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Sorry, I'm sticking with that.
Oh my god. It's I don't know, man. It's just like I have to give credit where credit is due. Do I like TSM? No. But if I'm being fair and respectable, most of their players played really well. Like people can rag on Sword Art. I don't really care. People give exceptions for one player, but then when the other player does it, they get ragged on. It's like Sword Art played great to me. And that's the thing though. It's like there was one guy, I don't remember what video I was watching. A guy was like, if a player doesn't do anything, they get looked at as bad. But when they try too much, they also get told they're trying too much. It's like, how do you win? How do you win with some people? Like what is the line you have to hold to really get someone to understand? Like, if you sit around and do nothing, you're gonna lose. But if you do too much, you lose. It's like, I don't understand that concept though. It just kind of sounds stupid to me. But overall, those are my LCS 2021 Summer Split All Pro teams. Congrats to the players that made all of our list actually. So who is your MIP?
MIP. Um. MIP.
If you don't have it yet, mine is Huni. Actually, I think it should be night and day. This guy has been the most improved player, throughout the
Oh,
split.
most improved. Oh, most improved. I thought you said
Yeah.
MVP. No,
Sorry.
it's definitely Huni. Sorry, it's Huni
Oh, we
five.
actually. Oh, yeah. We're
Yeah,
actually
we
tied.
talked
Yeah.
because we talked
Huni
about this.
Huni definitely has massively improved from last split compared to this one. Like it was rough in last split, but he's definitely gotten way better, and
Oh, even
that's
last
good.
split he was okay. He was okay. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
think he just had a comeback overall. Spring and he had a comeback career. I think this
Mm-hmm.
between spring and summer. Personally, he's
And
yeah.
who is your LCS 2021 Summer Split MVP?
Oh, Speaker, that's easy.
Mm-hmm. Speaker was my second. I have Abadagi as my MVP.
There's no way you could have Abadage as
I said it was
he just.
second.
Oh
I said Speaker was second in my
yeah,
running actually, because
yeah,
it's hard to really pick. Like, they both did great things though. Like, Speaker himself was a clear reason why TSM was winning a lot of the games. You can say the same thing about Abadage too, because if they don't have these pieces of the teams, right, then they just kind of fall apart.
right.
But I mean, it's hard to really say because, like, who else was in your picks? I only had three people for MVP. I had Abadage,
MVP
Speaker, and Impact. That was it.
Abadage for
Okay, so
MVP.
we have the same people.
No. I would say I had closer, speaker, and closer, speaker, and Jizuke.
Okay, I mean, so we just had a mid laner somewhere in there. Like, I don't want to devalue Speaker. He played great. Like, he actually played great. But the thing here is, like, I mean, it's one of those. What do you value in the game? What do you look at? Because I know we had that last split when you're talking about Blabber and Dardoch.
Mhm.
I think it's harder to do what Abadage did, which was change around the team based to his play style. And also was hard for Speaker too, because, like, the way he was playing remember how he was playing the full clear meta with Udyr? He was playing insane. Map movements, dodging, skill shots, Baron steals. So that's just how I personally see things. But Warren's gonna give me a hug after this anyways, right? Warren
Sure.
last week was getting sucked off by Precious. He told me that.
Yeah. My eyes rolled back. So.
All right, so yeah, those are the awards, guys. You can freely ask us why we chose certain people. This is how I see the game. I don't rag on anybody else for choosing any other player. It's all subjective anyway. But I'm glad Speaker actually performed as well because, like, he wasn't getting noticed for a while though, and he had been actually slowly improving, and he's been a silent performer for TSM for quite some time. Like I remember when he first came in, he was trash, and he slowly became much better. Remember that Kane game he had? Where he didn't evolve until like level 10. That's terrible. Holy shit! All right. Anything else that happened this week actually that you want to bring up?
Um.
Any new patch changes?
No, they're still on 11.14, I believe. They're not gonna change until after I believe once finals is completed for all regions. So
Because
they're still, I believe they're still on 11.14.
you were one of the people that actually was talking about Diana Jungle to us, and we are like, what? Because I traditionally normally associate Diana with being more of a mid laner. That's just me, you know.
Right.
But I haven't seen her
Yes.
mid in ages. Like you know how
Yeah.
like they changed Lee Sin, they
Just
buffed
like you don't
his
see Rumble that much because of the changes, but
yeah.
he's dog now, so it's whatever.
Oh yeah, they nerfed that guy into the dirt. You like? Do you think Lee Sin is getting nerfed soon?
No, Lee Sin got normalized. He's okay. I mean, and Nocturne, because of his mana issues, he's back to being okay. Uh, so
Let's see. We're gonna do this. Okay, now it's time to bring up the games. Right now that we just had this past week for the LCS 2021 Summer Split playoffs. Starting with the EG series, actually, which was a big fat fucking yikes. Let's just say that it was a big fat yikes. So, did you learn anything from watching this best of five? Actually,
against EG, just EG's just a better team. There's really not much. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but there's not much to go over. They're
there's
just
nothing here. Like here's what I'll say. There's the game two, right? Where a lot of people are saying, well, that's where Dig won the game. So okay, so what was game two? Game two is when he had Aurelia, right? No. Yeah, it was this game. Yeah, it was the Aurelia game. Okay, so there's by far and away so many fucking mistakes here. But all right, so this is the game people talked about because it was the most entertaining game of the series. Dig drafted Renekton, Gragas, Aurelia, Lover's bot lane. EG drafted Imp, Gnar, Viego, Azir, Varus, Leona. Yasui popped off this game on Aurelia, but he made so many bad in-game decisions where it kind of was steering the team in a different direction. Like, why is Neo right there? You gotta kind of like, what are you doing there? You know what I mean? What was that? That solo flare was going to Narnia or some shit. He threw that shit to the
yeah.
fucking stage.
He was off in Ender's game. That's what he was.
There was a moment where like Danny was buying something. Like, Danny, are you alone? Like, why
He's
are you
playing
by
Ender's
yourself?
game. That's what he's doing.
Oh, also, what did you think about Contracts in series? Because we know you hate that guy. You hate his guts.
No, I don't hate him. It's just like Svenskeren. Like, who are you gonna bring the world's contracts or Svenskeren? Come on,
So
man.
let's be honest here, guys. They played Contracts because they didn't really see Dig as a serious opponent. Let's just be completely honest here. It's nothing wrong with it. Don't let EG tell you, oh, we did it for a strategy and jungle and 6-man roster and blah blah. No. They played Contracts because they didn't see Dig as a strong opponent. They're not gonna admit that, but it's just like it just goes without saying. It's an unspoken rule, right? Also, what I'll say about this before we break down more of the game is since Garen's probably leaving after this year for EG because like he was very not happy with the 6-man kind of roster thing with Cloud9, which is one of the biggest reasons why he stated he left. Not because he hates Cloud9 or thought they were bad. He didn't like the 6-man roster thing.
Yeah, he doesn't like, and I agree. Like that, no one when you and it's not like he's a bad player. So I expect him to. I'm trying
He's
to
gonna
figure
be
out what.
gone. He's gone. Like I
Yeah, but what team does he
he's
go on?
because
Like
he actually wasn't performing well himself either. Like a lot of people, since Garen's had a massive drop off this year, it's been
TL
hard.
Svenskeren?
I think he fit well on TL, actually. I think he could be the better thing for them because, like, I still don't think Santorin's that good. Like, even after the games this week, it's like, it's just Santorin stuff. It's not impressive to me personally. But what did you think about this game right here when Yusui played Aurelia?
Who?
Oh my god, Warren, what did you do when you watched this?
I was sleeping. I kept falling in and out of sleep.
All right. So
I'm
I
sorry.
just
I'm sorry, Chad. I watched most of it. Like I saw the first two, and then like, oh, this is. Once I saw 2-1, I'm like, this is over. This is. I took a
Warren
nap.
saw he saw game one. He was like, "Oh well, fuck this shit." Okay, so like we gotta how would you break a team fight like this down? Let's slow it down because Warren likes to break down his team fights. Let's kind of slow this down a little bit. What was it two right there? Cause say, is that faster? Sorry, let me put
Yeah,
the feed in.
this is faster.
Let me
So
go
yeah,
lower.
that's good. So like the problem here is like they're all lined up for dig. Like
Mhm.
look at Leona all, and then like they're just corralled in here. So that's an invitation. Like
Invitation
like
to get
you're like
game banged or some shit.
you're like, Daddy, my legs are open.
Oh my god. So yeah, like this is the game a lot of people were talking about. This is the one where Yasui popped it. They just literally did nothing. Like the map decisions were poor. Like it's just one of these best of fives where you go, yeah, the team with the better players just won. It's not much Dig can really do. Like Warren said, you get what you pay for. They paid for a budget roster. They get budget results. This is how sports work. If you want to do better, you got to shell out a bit more money. But Digger now branded as a NA team, so if they get an import, I don't know, you're gonna be losing your three
I mean,
fans
I
that you
think I
have.
think Golden Guardians is more of the branded team than Dig, to be quite honest with you.
Then you also had Cloud9 taking on Team Liquid. Oh my god, this was a
Oh,
closer game of the series.
that was beautiful to watch.
Thank you, Warren. You gotta love Warren around here,
I was
guys.
just the whole time watching the stairs like, oh,
Okay, you didn't
oh.
actually do that because if you did that, your neighbors like, "What the fuck is this guy moaning for?"
I was like, oh, thank you. Oh,
Oh my.
oh, oh.
Okay, Warren is confirmed getting sucked off by Precious right now. Confirmed. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
she's so good. She sucked the soul out of me.
I'm pretty sure her mouth is huge. Holy shit. All right, game one. Cloud9 drafted Tom Kench, Viego, Oriana, Aphelios Braum. TL drafted Renekton, Sejuani, Lee Sin, Ziggs, and Leona. I want to point out one thing too. I have not seen Cloud9 play Ziggs bot lane at all. Ziggs bot lane is so strong right now to where like if your team goes into a choke point, Ziggs throws that W where it's the broken glass thing he throws. It's this W, right? Where like he
Yeah,
throws it and it just lays out those satchels and shit like that. Yeah, like the problem with Cloud9 is they're not adapting to draft very well. But why aren't they picking Ziggs? They lost a key game to IMT not playing Ziggs. Remember that one game back in like week 7? They weren't like they lost to fucking Ziggs. They completely have not been playing this champion. Like Perks didn't play Lee Sin mid either. Jensen was playing Lee Sin mid so well. Like it's hard to really say if TL got better from the series because when you look at how they're playing the game, look how it's not about how far he's playing up. It's like what are you doing in the situation? Like Blabber is going, Blabber is right there. So you playing up that far is you're probably susceptible to a gank too. They put down Perks hard this series. Let's be honest here. They literally were like, you know what, let's make this guy's day worse. And Santorin and Jensen were showing signs of life with synergy, if that makes sense. But it was more or less so Jensen just got Lee Sin mid. And to be fair,
see you
guys, Lee
later.
Sin is a strong champion. Lee Sin is a strong champion early because he's doesn't his Q do like percent health damage, which makes his auto
Yeah,
attack stronger.
yeah, he heals pretty hard. He has a
And
lot of
then
heals.
like
Omnivap.
you saw Cloud9 during the best of 5 trying to invade and try to like pick off Santorin, but like they're the champions they have aren't gonna do that. This person was smoking crack. Bro, take my energy. You can take you take this L. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, Brahm's not
Oh,
gonna do that. He's not gonna take any energy, kid. You're a
that
fool.
was beautiful. That was beautiful. That is like $4 million mid versus $11 million mid.
Yeah.
But so what do you think about this series?
I
Actually,
mean, sometimes you need to lose in order to know how to win. Hopefully, like I had sent you a message, like maybe they, like they should not. It should not go to a best of 5 with Golden Guardians. That should be like at best 3-1 if they pull out some like kind of funky comp. But that should hopefully that would bring back their like
Mhm.
help them out. But I could if I could see them getting to the next two rounds, depending on who they're maybe they just needed this. Again, best of fives is different from best of ones. I
Yeah.
thought I thought, excuse me, that this was gonna be the Cloud9 that levels up, but I didn't. I thought it was gonna be a best of five series, not a best of. I even told you, I was like, oh, this is gonna probably be 3-2, not a 3-1, not at all. So
Yeah, like if you look, if I even said last week, remember, like I said, both teams are playing bad. Like if you see one team just shit the bed, I'm not surprised. I did predict Cloud9 to win 3-2 because I thought they played a tiny bit better in their regular season than TL. But this series proved TL can actually play fast. Like I really haven't really seen TL play fast this whole split. They've been playing more or less so scaling comps. Like them drafting Lee Sin, Ziggs, Leona. I'm like, huh? This is TL. Where's this TL been? Like if TL can play a much more faster pace of the game, because didn't they win a lot of their games in like sub 30 minutes, like 28, 26 minutes, right? That means they were
right,
destroying them. This wasn't even close. And Cloud9's drafts are like very little engage, very little CC. Like it has to layer up so perfectly where it has to go exactly the way how they envision how it's going to go, right? Aphelios wasn't too effective. TO realized that Cloud9 aren't going to take the Ziggs, then it's just going to be a draft problem because if they're not going to take a powerful champion, then that means TO get a powerful draft pick for free. And then you have Jensen consistently on Lee Sin. He's feeling himself. He's going to obviously take over the game as Lee Sin early on because what can Oriana really do to Lee Sin early on? Nothing. She can't duel him. You really can't duel Lee Sin early on like that. He's going to actually destroy you. You know, a lot of the team fights were poor. Like, so what do you think, dude? Is it over for Cloud9? Is it done? Even the game they
no,
won, it looked bad. Let's go over the game they won. That shit looked like some ass. It was in person on Rise, right? Yeah, it was this game. They lost a team fight when they were like 8,000 gold ahead. Are you kidding?
that's your team.
Hey man, hey, like guys, I'm trying to bring out the positives here. Here I'll say some positives. They played League of Legends in the game, I guess, you know?
I mean, dogs eat from their bowl, right?
Wait, what? Warren, who touched you? Did Michael Jackson come to your house one day and hold his terrorist gun up and touch you?
He said, "Yee, yee, ooh." Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. Like, I don't know, man. Also, TL pulled out the Trundle Jungle, which I thought was a key pick. Jensen on Syndra is always going to be good. But this game, even though they won it, it didn't look as convincing, though. It's just one of these things where, like, there's so many issues they have. Perks and Blabber have barely any good synergy. Zen and Vulcan aren't playing good. Fudge is their only good player. You know, this is where they turn it around. They got the Baron, and they still struggled to close the game out. They still struggled because they lost a team fight after this. Blabber getting picked off with the Jinx. Like Tactical put out a lot of damage, but you know, as Jinx, when you have fucking Rise, point click CC, Xin Zhao to come and put a spear in your ass, it's not much you can really do, right? So uh do you think Alfari is gonna do this to fucking Huni in the next match they have?
No,
Why not?
just no.
What do you mean, no? Are you scared of Alfari? Scared of that Alfari fat cock?
No, not at all. I just don't see it happening. I just think they have the one thing that TL, C9 and TL have two things in common.
Just look at
Um,
that right there. Look at
well,
what just happened.
they,
Zen's right here. He tries to go after Alfari, gets stunned right there. Perks is right there, doesn't get in front of him. Perks can definitely help tank that. Perks could walk up right there, W Syndra, and she doesn't get a chance to kill the ADC. Look at that troll shit. Look at this. Why is Perks right there? There's Syndra right here. Okay. Zen could back up a little bit. Perks could go over here, stun Syndra, then they could both kill her. It's just little
um,
things like that, you know?
I was gonna say that let's look at the totality of both. Like the one thing C9 and TL have done is they've constantly up and down their roster and trying to figure out themselves. So that was going to be a coin flip between the two, right? TSM has
Mhm.
kept five. They Hanser and Cody Sun never came in. They've kept their 5 players together through the good games, through the bad games. And I think that's important going into a series that,
Mhm.
you've played all these games together as a team. And I think TSM also has diverse drafts. So I feel like that, and the mages, we talked about it too. I said that mages, I don't know what moron thought that mages weren't still strong. Mages are still good. It's just people forget that they exist. So
What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? What just happened? C9 got slapped.
yeah,
$11 million
Cloud
lunch
Nine,
is what pro.
Cloud Nine
Oh
did
my!
great.
These TSM fans love to come out and just shit talk people. That's why I
No,
don't like you
what
guys.
I text you on Discord the moment I wasn't even waiting, and then I sent you a message on your phone. So don't even say that. I don't hold
Guys,
back.
I've accepted that they're not making worlds this year. You know, I've accepted that it's most likely over. Like, should they be Golden Guardians? Should they probably should, but will they? I don't fucking know. Not from what I just saw here. Like, look at this. Look at that. Why did he walk on the choppers? He has flash. Look at this. Look at this. Please, mercy on my soul. He has flash, chooses to walk on the chompers. He could flash over this wall.
That's your team.
Good job, Warren. Warren's did it. Oh
They're
my
playing.
god.
They're playing Ender's game. That's what they're playing.
Playing fucking Smite or some shit. What the fuck are they playing? Holy shit. I just don't know. Also, Santorin had the Baron steal this early on. So this was the team fighting game 4 that pretty much gave it back to Team Liquid. I like how Freak was like, oh yeah, the reverse sweep starts right now. It's like, no, dude, ain't no reverse sweep happening here. TL are just a better team today, you know? Go back here. All right, so what do you think happened here in this fight? Because it was a 3v3, right? Level 4? Because Jensen got Lee Sin again. Like, Jensen getting Lee Sin almost every game and winning is telling, right? Also, Blabber brought out Talia Jungle, which is like, haven't saw Talia Jungle in a bit. Like, did Talia get some buffs I'm not familiar with, actually?
Um, not really, but she's like she's like a better Nidalee because she scales well. She has good gank setup, and she can basically with her wall she can really change a fight and allow for some good dives. So it's kind of like a global in a sense.
I don't
So
know what Santorin was doing there, flinging himself to fucking the abyss. Why would he throw himself in right now when there's fucking Vulcan who was on who's Vulcan on Braum? No, it was Rakan. Rakan into fucking Silas. Good job, dude. Also, what really helped out Team Liquid in this best of 5 was Shen. The Shen pick coming out, the Stand United, making team fights so much more easier for Team Liquid. So I like that Team Liquid were very flexible in draft. They started playing a whole lot better, started playing a whole lot faster, which was good. Jensen coming back into his nice little carry potential. We know he can. So yeah, moving on from these best of 5s actually. Cloud9 going down to the losers bracket. Whew, that is definitely not good. Definitely not good. All right. So we're in the losers bracket now for this week coming up. I think so, right? No. We're gonna be on a different thing. Let me actually see what are gonna be the games this week. Actually, all right. So let's go to the Let's go
is that you?
to
Is that you on the ad up there?
me. I don't know why this stuff is there. Is there a world where GG32 Cloud9? I don't know actually, and I hope not, because then I'll
No,
fucking cry.
no way. If they do, that'd be embarrassing for their organization. Like their roster perks is probably the amount of money that is the entire staff and team of Golden Guardians.
All right, guys. So this week you have these best of 5s, right? So we have
IMT is better than Dig.
yeah. Like okay, so who are you predicting out of IMT versus Dig?
IMT
IMT
and
win 3-1? No, 3-2. This is going to be a close best of 5. These are both dog shit teams. Fuck it. 3-2 IMT.
and then 3-0's Cloud9. Next,
That's it. No Golden Guardians upset.
no,
I'll
like a
say this.
Blaze
I'll
Olive is
say I'll say
okay.
this. I'll say this. Golden Guardians was the stepping stool for TSM to make their comeback last summer split to win, right? Does Cloud9 get that same redemption story? Now Warren would say
Next,
no because Warren hates Warren hates life in general. There's no way to please Warren, guys. Warren could be
next,
having sex with Scarlett Johansson.
next,
Warren, do you need a hug? Actually,
next.
okay, sir. Let's see. Okay, Thursday, IMT versus Dig. Friday, Golden Guardians versus C9. Saturday, which is gonna be some bangers. Saturday and Sunday, you have banger matches right here. EG taking on 100 Thieves and Team Liquid taking on TSM. So, who do you think wins out of EG versus 100 Thieves? I think 100 Thieves win 3-1. Actually, I think 100 Thieves are the better team. Actually, it just depends on who they're playing through and what they draft. Actually, that goes into like every game, but I think 100 Thieves will be better in a best of 5 with their play style over Evil Geniuses. But to be fair, you could say that Evil Geniuses worked on a lot of their issues against Dig, which can't be possible because they just smacked around Dig. So, same arguments would go to, EG
I'm
as they
gonna
did for
I'm gonna
TL.
spice it up for the fans. I'm gonna go with EG 3-2.
Okay. Any reasons?
They just match up. Like, I think Jizuke is pretty. If he gets his champions, he's good. The
Mm-hmm.
bot lane's pretty even. You would say that Impact is better than Someday, so it just comes down to the junglers, right? Will they bring out Sven Skiren to go up against Closer? Will they use
Yeah, like
contracts?
the problem here is the jungle matchup because like closers play better than both their junglers this split. So they have an edge there, and they all mid lane is not really even to me. Like I think Abadage is still better. FBI is better than Danny, right? And who he's taking on Ignar. Ignar's better than who he impacts him, but better than somebody. It's gonna be a great best of 5. I just think 100 Thieves takes it in 3-1 fashion. Woo. And the other Saturday banger game is Team Liquid taking on TSM. Whew, God. Warren, you scared? Scared, Warren, actually?
If they lose, they just go down lower bracket. So I'm fine.
Okay, but yeah, I'm texting Warren going, your team is fucking ass, actually.
Yeah, what
That's
happens?
exactly what I
Imagine
did.
if they win, then I'm gonna laugh and send you more messages.
All right, Team Liquid, because I want to spite Warren. Team Liquid and win 3-0 fashion. Clean these guys out. Let's clean these clowns out. I'm just fucking with you guys. It's probably gonna be 3-1 or 3-2. It just depends on what's gonna happen, right? Because it depends on who TSM want to play through, right? Are they gonna play through their amazing top jungle duo? Because TSM have like the best top jungle duo in the league in Spica and Huni, right? I still don't think TL has a great top jungle duo, despite them having a good series against Cloud9. But what do you think, man? Who wins this?
I will have TSM because I'm gonna always root for my team.
Oh yeah, TSM win what 3-2,
Three,
3-1?
three, 3-1.
3-1 TL for me. I think TL will beat them because like they're not good. They're trash. They're overrated paid players. Come on, dude. Come on. Warren just admit it. TSM are overrated trash. No.
And with that, it was great talking to everyone today, and you have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. I plan on having sex with my wife. After this actually, but overall, that's pretty much it. What else we have here? Oh, there was trash talk that Alfari did actually on social media after they beat Cloud9. Oh my god. Alfari's gotten much more of the trash talk going into him. And like I told people this before, I don't mind trash talk. I think people have to grow up. Like just stop being fucking sensitive little pussies. It's just trash talk. It's not doing anything, you know? This is good stuff for the league. This was some of his tweets, actually. I'm not surprised. GG. Gabe Fudge / Blabber, so much fake confidence last playoffs. Will be a lot of fun exposing them today. Oh my god. Just trying first blood me, see what happens. Beautiful day to start plays. Who the fuck picked this Kindred? Oh yeah. I think in one of the dig games they picked Kindred mid. Oh my god. Holy shit. Warren, what do you think about the trash talk that's been coming up more about some of these players actually. Spica's
It's
been
good.
doing it. Jizuke's been
It's
doing
good.
it.
It's good. Building narrative, building some hype, building. I think it's healthy. Oh, there's my friend that I want to punch in the throat.
Morning is Fudge still freezing. Warren, be nice. Everyone can be, friendly in this YouTube space, right?
Oh, I am. oh, Man, I was about to say something, but the LGBTQIA Alphabet City Club would have said something, but it would have been insulting. I am germ, but yeah.
Fudge definitely was XD. That's all he said. Don't worry. TSM is gonna send TL down to the losers bracket later this week. Woo-hoo!
Oh,
This
and with
is
that, guys, have a great day, and I am gonna get something to drink. So
Warren's
goodbye.
not doing anything. Warren is literally gonna sit here and just talk to me for like the next hour, actually, after this.
No, I'm actually gonna study. So
Froze his lane so hard he name changed to fridge. The fridge. Oh my god! Because I know a lot of people are like, well, the fudge factor. For like the fudge factor is not gonna help if the rest of Cloud9 just run it down. Like Cloud9 appeared to be a reactionary team. Like before, they were the team making a lot of the aggressive moves. They were the team being the first to a lot of these plays. Now, recently, they've just been more reactionary, and their drafting phase doesn't complement that either. When they're drafting like no hard engage, no CC, just a bunch of late game champions that have to scale. Like, is that the way they have to think about the game now? Because they have such a disconnect on the Rift, they have to just fucking draft late game shit in fucking 2021 to get past their team issues. I'm not too sure. But to run down my predictions for this week, so you guys actually have them. IMT versus Dig. IMT win 3-2. Cloud9 win against Golden Guardians 3-1. Hunter Thieves beat Evil Geniuses 3-1. Team Liquid beat TSM 3-1. And if you guys want a rundown of my LCS 2021 Summer Split All Pro teams, don't worry. I got you guys right here. Third team, Huni, Xerxes, Jizuke, Tactical, Huhi. Second team, Fudge, Closer, PoE, Danny, Sword Art. First team, Impact, Spica, Abadage, FBI, Ignar. Most improved player, as our award here is Huni. MVP for me is Abadage. So, there you go. That way, later on, you guys can go like, oh my god, this guy's such a fucking legitimate league genius, actually. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode here. We had a great show, actually. Pretty good, right? I think. Maybe.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
pretty good.
Oh, Warren also sometimes wants to do one specifically about the LEC. That I might incorporate that for playoffs, having specifically the LEC ones, because that's what I might do. I don't know. It just depends, right? But I'm pretty sure for the LEC they'll have their own episodes, right? Because why would I want to mix like LEC playoffs with LCS? It's completely
Right,
different in
right.
terms of that. Like for regular season, right? It's a lot more easier to do because it's just best of ones. But for playoffs, for playoffs, we'll probably squeeze in a few LEC episodes to really capture all that, because they start this week actually. So yeah, you guys will be getting your LEC 2021 Summer Split Week 9 recap, because I took a break off from that because you don't have to have it up until this week though. They take a week break. So you have look at these banger games right here. Does Vitality knock out Fnatic? Who knows, huh? But yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing of Wave Life Esports is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces. We're out this thing, man.
Take
Peace.
care.
Oh yeah, PSG got 18-0 in the PCS actually.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
yeah.
Now they're gonna go to Worlds and go 0-8 or 0-10 or some shit. They're gonna speed run to the airport or speed run to the finals. Actually, you never know. All right, guys. See ya next week.